Good evening, class. This is Felicia Hodges. This is my week 4 reflection rise self-evaluation video. I'm going to go straight into the prompts. How did my attitude, logic, and behaviors influence my projects? Well, when I first came into this class, I was, for lack of a better way to say it, I was pretty intimidated by this class just because, not because I didn't think I could do it, but because I'm very critical of myself. And I have a friend who's now become a web designer, actually, and he went through the web design program here at Full Sail. And I remembered all of the things and tasks he had to do as he got closer to graduation, so I was pretty intimidated and a little worried about this class. So that probably wasn't the best way to come in, but I mean, to be honest, I was pretty nervous. As I started working on my projects, I realized I wanted to know more about what resources are available to me. As we moved through this class, I really got excited and inspired just of all the great tools that are out there. And just, I mean, I'm not saying that web design is simple by any means, because I know that there's a lot more to it than what we actually got into during this class. But just using the tools that we had in front of us, it's so user-friendly, the things that we learned about. So I definitely took things that we learned in this class and I actually utilized them in my day job at the graphics design business. You know, I would every project that I did here, I would actually take it to work and be like, check this out, you know, because we're actually doing a new website design at my company that I work for. So I'm pretty excited to actually get to make these things alive. If I had more time, I would have. What could I have done differently to improve my projects? I'm a very busy person because on top of having a full-time job and class, I'm also a mom, which my classmates, several of them have been in several classes with me, so they kind of already know that. So my time is very limited, and if I would have had like all day long, like a normal student, I would have definitely done more as far as my projects, because I want to learn about this stuff now. Like I'm pretty excited about all the stuff that we have been given and just how I'm gonna, you know, make my projects even better. So my portfolio site super excites me. I can't wait to add some more stuff to it. How does my experience working with web development process inform, support my professional objectives? How will I use this in my career? Actually, my colleague that is the web designer, we definitely talk a lot because I would like to at some point become a media strategist, and I know that to be a good media strategist, you need to have tools and assets in place, and a good working knowledge of the general market as far as taking a company and showing them the best way to go. Well, to be able to do that, you need to have kind of a decent knowledge. So, for example, when I took the tools like using Weebly and CMS sites back to my job, I could say, you know, the reason why this is better for you is because you can update these on your own and you don't have to have such a dated site. Because that's actually something that we're facing right now is, you know, our current company website is very dated. We're changing our brand, so we need to be able to do that. But unfortunately, the person that actually had the site built no longer works for the company and has all of our passwords. So that kind of poses its own problem there. And having a CMS site, which basically you would have a web designer design the fundamentals and then pass on the information to you, and you can actually update right there. And actually, these sites were so user friendly that, you know, you can show, for example, if a client of mine was a web design or a design and graphics company and they were trying to get better exposure for their customers, well, a lot of people are moving to online e-commerce sites and stuff like that. So being able to show that you can keep your stuff updated on your own as a graphics design company is kind of important. So I definitely think this class is a huge asset for anybody in the MCBS program, and for me especially, because I do want to become a media strategist and I need to be able to showcase that I have a working knowledge of all these different elements so that my clients or potential employers know, well, she's not just playing around. I mean, she can work with all these different elements, not just, the design side of it, not just the just telling us what she thinks. Instead of, she actually has stuff to back her up. So, well, that's all I have for this evening. Thank you guys so much. Instructor Ray, I just want to say one more time, I have thoroughly enjoyed your class and you've been a huge asset, and I look forward to our other portfolio classes we're going to have with you. Thank you again. Good night, everybody.